On a cold winter night in 1998, a guard at Huntsville State Prison in Texas saw something that no one has been able to explain to this day. A cell, which is supposed to be empty, but it's suffocating in the middle of the night from the noise. Guard Michael Ross had just joined the new job. Everyone had warned him, "Cell Block D, don't go there at night." But Michael didn't believe them. One day around 2 a.m. he was on patrol. Suddenly he heard someone slowly said, "Help me." He went to Block D in surprise. All the cells there were locked, but the very last cell, the door was slightly open. As he approached, the cold air shivered his body. Looking inside, he saw a prisoner was banging his head against the wall. Michael shouted, "Stop!" But the man didn't stop. He went inside and turned on the light. And just then, the man disappeared. The cell was empty, but there were bloodstains on the wall. The next day, he found out 10 years ago a prisoner had committed suicide in that cell, exactly the same way. Michael never went back to that cell again, but one day, CCTV footage showed Michael himself standing inside that cell, but he was in another block at the time. A few days later, Michael quit his job. The last thing he said was one thing: "That's not a prisoner. That's still a prisoner." There's a corridor in an old prison in Texas where after 3 a.m., no one comes back. The prison is very old, built around 1900. That corridor was once used to house female prisoners. The story goes that a mother went crazy after losing her child and died there. Every night since then, someone or the other would hear a baby crying. Guard Sarah Thompson was on duty one night. She didn't believe the story. At exactly 3:10, she heard crying. She entered the corridor. She saw a shadow at the end. As she approached, the shadow whispered, "Have you seen my baby?" Sarah backed away in fear, but then the doors closed by themselves. She wanted to run out, but the corridor seemed to get longer. Finally, she realized she was no longer outside. The next morning, the guards only found her radio, and there was the last recording, a baby's cry and Sarah's screams. Death row, where prisoners are held before execution. But in a prison in Texas, some people don't leave even after death. A prisoner named James Carter. He was accused of murder, but he always said, "I am innocent." The night before his execution, he told the guard, "When I die, I will come back." He was hanged the next day, but from then on, strange things began to happen. The doors to the cells on death row opened by themselves, the lights went out, and a shadow appeared. The new guard, Daniel, was not afraid of all this. One day, he saw on CCTV a cell was being opened. He went to see. Someone was standing inside, but there was no one in that cell. The man slowly turned around. His eyes were blank, a strange smile on his face. He said, "I told you, I'd be back." Daniel then quit his job, but sometimes he still hears the sound of the prison door closing inside his own room.